Hey guys.
Hi guys.
Welcome back to another episode of We Should Have Recorded That.
So we did.
I'm your host Jasmine.
And I'm Ciara.
And this is episode number 5.
We're at number 5.
Cinco, right?
5 published. Yes, you're right.
I need to work on
5 published
Spanish.
episodes. Yeah, that was actually a goal for you.
It was a goal for me, and I didn't follow through. It was horrible, but I am going to follow up on that. I'm going to learn Spanish next year.
I think I want to too, because we spend too many years learning to
not
just lose the skill.
Yeah,
that doesn't
and
make
not
sense.
use it, and it's a popular language. So yeah, no, we'll do that. So we spoke to you guys last week, and I would say, I want to tell the story. I'm sorry, because I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. So yesterday, me and Rich played Just Dance.
Okay. Oh my God, it's been a long time since I've thought about that game.
So they obviously have it on different platforms. We have it on the PlayStation 4. Number one, I'm like out of that loop now. Like, it's crazy how just with age, some things just become obsolete for you. Like, I mean, I like I have a PlayStation 3, but I don't have a PlayStation 4, and it's really hard. It was really hard for me to find out how to work it. Like, I had to take my time. It was like, okay, how do you turn it on? How do you insert the stupid CD? It was so stupid. I was so mad.
So you were playing like an older game.
It said the game came out in 2018.
Oh, so no, that is pretty new.
Okay, so the cool thing about the new Just Dance, you can download an app on your phone and use your phone as the controller.
Oh,
so you don't have to go out and buy all that extra accessories that PlayStation is trying to get extra money from you know, and all that stuff. So, but yeah. So anyway, Rich never played it before. I didn't know that, right? So it's a fun game. So we downloaded the controllers, and Rich danced to Bruno Mars' 24 Karat Magic. And my grandmother's house, she has an older house, so any movement really can just knock the house down.
Why knock the house down?
Because it's that old. Like, so
can't go Rich tall. So
Rich is Rich found out that he's actually 6'3".
Yeah, he's so tall. I love it.
So he's, 6'3".
He put his arms up at any time.
Yeah.
That's too much. Now it's like a tree just jumping down.
My grandmother calls him a tree. She loves to call him a tree.
Love you, Rich.
Yeah. So he was like jumping around the house, and I'm looking around, everything's just shaking. Like the whole house is shaking. My grandmother collects mugs. So everything, the vase, the mugs, everything's shaking. And it's not because he's big, it's just because it's an older house. Like, me jumping around in that particular room would have the house shaking. And my grandma's like, hey guys, let's move into the living room, right? So we continue playing the game, and then she reveals that I had to move you in here. You see, you doing all that shaking. She said, you gonna go down to the basement. So she was like, so she trying to be slick. Come on, let's move in here.
Guys, let's go here. Like your children.
But it was a really fun game. Like, it was awesome. This is one. I like a lot of dances, but one had Big Frida on there, which I thought was pretty cool. I was like, good for her. You know, all mainstream and everything.
Yeah, go ahead, Big Frida.
So, it was like. 'Twas a night. I don't know. Actually, I don't remember the name of the song, but it was great. And Rich said it was his first time playing. He got so serious. Like, he was sweating. He went to go change into his workout clothes and everything. Like, he was very
loving
serious.
it.
He put on a sweatband.
Y'all love games.
Yeah, we do love games. And it was getting a little competitive in there. They both like to talk trash. I don't know why. I'm not that into it. Like, I'm just playing the game. Yeah, and they're like, I don't win it. But then they bring it out of me because it's like, now I gotta talk trash because I can't let you think. Yeah, because I'm winning.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm gonna win. So.
But yeah, so other than that, like, you know, my last week, honestly, I just spent time baking cookies.
Oh yeah,
which was cool.
Cookie business. Are you sponsoring this episode again?
No, not this time, because you know what, baking cookies is hard. Just let anybody out there know. My mother, we were talking about it. It's a science to making cookies. Seriously,
very true.
I cut the recipe in half. I doubled it. It does not taste the same. I had to Rich. I mean, he ate the cookies, but I literally was going to just throw away cookies because they didn't taste good. Like, I didn't want to keep serving people cookies that weren't good. I was like, this is crazy. So the night I saw you when I dropped the cookies to you, I was up for a minute cooking cookies again.
I can't understand what you're saying, but it's crazy because you're ruining science because it's supposed to still work.
Yeah, it does. I googled it to see if it was just me, but no, it's
Maybe
really
for
when
baking.
it comes to cookies, especially chocolate chip cookies. They said it's hard to like do. Well, there's different variations, so adding a little bit of this, taking away that, it can change the cookie completely.
I can get that though.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's crazy. But I feel like the bakers, like, you guys know that stuff, like the baker's dozen, like, let me throw in an extra egg. You can't just throw an extra egg into, like, I can understand that. It wouldn't be exact science. Okay.
But, yeah.
Well, thank you for delivering my cookies. Jasmine delivered me freshly, still warm. You guys need to start asking for still warm. Fresh baked out the oven cookies. They were so good. Unfortunately, I had so much family at my house that I only had like 3 cookies. It made me so angry. But yeah, they all enjoyed it. And then Christian and them came over the next day. All the cookies on. How did y'all eat that many cookies? I said, Patrice, it was 9 of us in this house at one time. Like 2, if everyone had 2, that's all the cookies. But everyone enjoyed the cookies, so thank you again for delivering those.
Yeah, no problem. It's a process, but you know what? All this is good for me personally. I need this moment with the cookies. Like, even though it's not a business that I'm taking really, I'm not gonna say I'm not taking it seriously, but I'm not putting my all into it. Like, it's not something I'm focused on solely. So, but it's good because this is serious stuff.
I'm gonna say it's doing what it needs to right now.
You
still are being a businesswoman. You still are putting in so much work. You still got to learn from it.
I'm learning.
So it's actually doing exactly what it needs to be. It's just not on a crazy, humongous scale.
Exactly.
But that's where you should be at when you're just starting.
Yeah, it's serious stuff, guys.
I believe you.
Okay. How was your week?
It went by fast. That's all I remember.
Yeah, it's a blur.
It's not good because Christmas now is a couple days away, guys. I added shopping in. I added shopping in this week, so it went by so fast. Deanna graduated, so that was beautiful. So proud of her.
Yay, Deanna.
Congratulations, sissy. And we did do the Christmas party, so that was so fun. Dirty Santa got real this year.
Okay,
it was so.
You had a strategy.
Yeah, so we had a real strategy.
All right,
so
let's hear it.
Remember, what do you call it last week?
White elephant.
White elephant. So it's just where everyone who's participating gets a number, and they called out the numbers randomly this year, so it didn't even go in order.
Oh, wow.
So you're thinking I'm number 1. No, they just picked randomly out of the bag. So. Me and my mom, Deanna, Christian, Patrice all sitting together. Then Patrice's cousins are sitting at our table too. Okay. So first we weren't all playing together. It was just like our little immediate family. But then some gifts started coming out. I'm like, oh no, we gotta wrap this up because when a gift is opened, it can only be stolen 3 times.
Right.
So if it's all of us playing, it's like we want to keep this in. As soon as we saw money, first it was like $25 came out. I'm like, okay, now I'll just open up a gift. So Deanna went up, opened up a gift. She got a Gucci, she got a Michael Kors belt and wallet. That was nice. So she's like, I'm gonna hold on to that. Patrice crazy self opened up our gift that we bought. It was a blender, like an immersion blender.
Okay.
So she opened up that and tried to keep it. Of course, people tried to steal that. Diane was so funny, like, Patrice, don't put it up because you have to hold up your gifts if someone wants to look before they pick. You got to hold up the gifts to see what's out there. Diane was like, don't put it up. Yeah, don't put it up. Somebody gonna steal your gift. She just was so proud because she had this great gift. She had a great gift. So as soon as I go to the bathroom, of course they call my number. So Patrice went and picked a new gift for me. And no, she went and stole someone's gift. That's what she did.
What for you?
Exactly. Because it was out. So she went and stole a gift. And the rounds continue, and here come $50 come out.
Oh, there you go.
So her cousin who's sitting back there got $50, and they was like, "Don't even sit down. You know people gonna try to run after that." Yes. So but then you kind of do have to play it to where everyone's gonna go for the $50.
Right.
So if you up next, it's like maybe I shouldn't
not yet.
steal that right now. So someone else went up. And they decided to come steal Patrice Blender again. So Christian was like, no, we need to work together now. So now the cousin had the 50. Patrice get to steal or pick a new gift. So she's like, I'm going to steal it. Then you can steal something from Cece's gift, my gift. and then we'll just keep it in rotation until, you know, it's dead, till we kill all the gifts. So that's exactly what we did. So Patrice stole the money. They stole a gift from me. I went and stole the money from Patrice. Like, we did that until the money was dead. Patrice was dead. Gift was dead. And then her cousin had another gift, and I had a gift. They weren't dead. So you see, we got a couple of them dead to where they good. Yeah. Then, of course, her cousin won a $40 Nordstrom gift card and a heating blanket, which Patrice...
I love a heating blanket.
I know. I already had one, so I didn't really want it, but Patrice stole it from her mother. Okay. She's her own mother. Dang. So here go Christian making business deals. Will y'all get the $50, but you got to give us the $40 gift card and the heated blanket. I said, this man's a nut. He enjoys it too much.
Where are we at now? Exactly. This turned into something else.
So the cousin and her boyfriend were like, all right, that's a deal, because at least we get $50 in cash.
Right.
So they got the $50. I had the blanket, which was dead, but the $40 gift card wasn't dead. So you know, when it was time for people to start picking again, they like, I want that gift card. I'm like, come on. Now, let me reiterate again. Christian and Patrice have been drinking. Oh. Patrice forgot all the rules of the game. Patrice like, no, this is dead. You can't steal a gift card. It was not dead at all. Oh, her cousin said, just forget it. I don't want it. Someone else. I don't want it. So then, of course, people come back to this gift card, and we trying to explain to them, like, okay, it's still in play. I had to start working with another cousin, and they had like $30 cash. So I went and stole that, and they stole my gift card. Perfect. Then someone else jumped in, and I was able to steal a gift card back. Because you can't steal right back. You have to steal something else and then go back to it. Like, if you take it from me, I can't just take it right back from you. I got to go get another gift. I may have the opportunity. So I started working with another family. I ended up with my gift card and my blanket. Nice. That's all I'm going to say. Nice. Perfect. But then they threw another wrench in the plan. Oh. This year is Dirty Santa. It's dirty, Santa. This year is a new rule. Whoever number that they pick out the bag can choose any gift, dead or alive. What do you be so
pissed? I would say, if y'all ain't say that in the beginning.
Exactly. Then people are like, well, it's a game. Have fun. It's a game. No, it's not. Here goes the boy who I stole the $40 gift card from. I'm like, yo, he's gonna take this gift card. I'm like,
he mad. You ruined it.
You know, he ended up taking a $50 for them. Dang. So not only did they not get the $50, we had two of their gifts. Oh my They ended up with lotion. And I just turned my head like, I'm sorry, but we did a deal. I'm not giving you my gifts. Right. Because we had a great deal. I'm sorry. So then they walking away like all sad, like all night over. Guess who made up this new rule?
Patrice.
Christian, what's wrong with you? He was like, I think it's a great rule. You are nice. He's like, you got to be quicker than that. He's so proud of himself. Like, he didn't bargain for me to get two gifts. Hey, these people thinking they won him. No, he knew that was coming. He's like, I don't want to have the best gift out there. He's a nut. Okay, he's a con artist. It was so funny. But I actually felt a little bad.
What's his background in again?
I don't know.
He had to go get some business.
Business, no business. Yeah. Yes, definitely business. He's a Trump. He really is a Trump. Like, the fact that you begged them to give you two gifts for the price of one, and then they didn't even end up with it. I said, Lord, that is. Whew, but I'm gonna take my blanket and my gift card and go. That's so crazy, Dirty Santa was really fun. It was a good time.
You know what? You explaining it now. I'm like. Now we gotta have something like that. That sounds like a good time.
Perfect. Then you don't have to buy a million gifts. Like, it would be fun, like, for your mom's side of the family too, if they want to celebrate.
They don't want to celebrate.
All right. So, but yeah, try it because it's so fun. We exchanged gifts at work today. We should have made it like that, but I don't need to be.
I did that one time at work, but I didn't play.
Okay, just watched.
But let me tell the story real quick. When I was working. And they did the little white elephant game. Somebody going to have put a box and put some instant oatmeal in there. And they was like, that's so wrong because other people actually, even though it's like a limit, $1 limit, you just found this in your drawer. Yeah. And put it together.
Like, that's not even a gag gift. This is really right. You not spending any money.
Exactly. It's not even a gag gift, which is like, that's not even cool. So, but yeah, that sounds fun. I like stuff like that.
It was fun. It's only really fun when you like come out on top. If I would have walked away with lotion,
you would have been upset.
Even they was like, "What ain't Bath and Body Works?" I don't care. I don't want
it wasn't
the
even a
damn
gift card.
lotion. Yes,
like lotion I'm stuck with that I might not even like.
Then the thing, I have a $40 gift card. The limit was $25, so I really just came out on top. So, beautiful. But it was fun. It was a good week.
That sounds fun. And now, Christmas in a few days. But, all right. So, let's get into our topic of the day.
Yes.
So, Dwayne Wade, he's a former basketball player. He did an interview with a podcast called, I had in my mind, I think it was, I Want the Smoke.
Yes.
Give me the smoke.
Something about smoke.
This is horrible.
It's with another basketball player.
Okay.
Or former basketball player.
All right. Can you just look it up real quick and
then say it? Let me look.
But so he did an interview with the podcast, and during the podcast, he talked about a number of things, but one of the things that he talked about was the relationship that he has with one of his sons, who is, from my understanding, is gay.
No, he's transgender.
He's transgender.
Well, it may not be, because he used the different pronouns, so it may not be that they are clear on where they are yet.
Yeah.
It could,
Yes. Okay. So, just from what we're gathering, the information that we have now, he has a son that is gay and wants to be called she at this time.
Yes.
Okay. And basically during the interview, he expressed how, and I'm summarizing at this point. As a father, all he wants to do is support his child. And he said, and honestly, when it comes down to it, the issue is not on the person, his gay son, it's on him. And he's saying that in general. So people in general, if you have an issue with someone's sexuality or whatever you want to call it, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, like, well, why do I have this issue? Because he said that he noticed him and his first wife, or it could have been Gabby.
It was his first wife.
It was his first wife.
Because he said when the child was very young, like 3 years old.
And I'm like, I don't think the little boy was there when Gabby.
No, it was the child's mother.
So the child's mother, and they noticed that
Zion.
Yeah, that's the child's name, Zion? Oh, because he has Zaire and Zion. Okay, so Zion, so he knows that Zion, could potentially be gay. And he's like, what am I going to do when my son comes home and says, Dad, I'm gay? And then at that point, he said he knew that he had to look at himself and, be realistic about the situation, because I think a lot of families, especially Black families, are always told to say, oh, I wouldn't go for that stuff, you would shun them, you wouldn't support them, and it's just really interesting. So
one thing that really stuck with me was he said that he's learning. So that's all I kind of want to hear this one, because I feel like I know where we draw our opinions from. It's from our religion, it's from our experience, but he's saying that now he's personally dealing with it.
Right.
And it is up to him, because his child, any way you look at it, is just being himself.
Right.
Even though it doesn't fit into like a mold that we already have like pre-established, his child is just being himself. So yeah, it is up to us who feel that we have feelings towards it. Whether you support it or don't support it, like, you need to look at the reasons why you don't. He couldn't take that stance because it's his child. So he decided, let me just start learning everything I can for my child, because the child was still learning. And I kind of took it as like we were just unclear on what the Zion wants to be called or what they want to, and he definitely uses pronouns she, but just because it's new to them too,
right.
He didn't want to overstep and like say the wrong thing, so he said, we're learning together as a family on just how we can support them, and this is where we are.
Right.
So I definitely, it was just nice to hear, and especially since he's dealing with it, because everything we talk about is going to be secondhand experience, is going to be our own input from our experiences or our life. So it was good to hear him say, like, because it kind of let me think that they might not be doing the right thing.
Right.
Like, we don't know if they're doing the right thing, but all he knows is that he wants to love and support his child. Right. And that's all I will hope for everyone.
Right.
That's what I want everyone to be, to get to a point to where it definitely hate should be removed. It should never be that. It should be that we can accept people, we can love people, and then now let's just move on from there.
Right.
So it was a really good interview for me to hear from his standpoint, and it made me not open to the situation again, but it made me definitely more understanding because that's what he's dealing with right now. And I would hope that if that would happen to my child, that I can take that same route. Right. I don't know if the support would necessarily look directly like that.
Right.
But I know I would want to strive for that.
Right. And then just to add more context, because I did leave this part out, his response was from backlash of a family photo that was put out on Instagram. So Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, his son Zion, who's gay, had on a crop top in the picture, and he had on painted...
He had on fingernails.
Fingernails, I guess, like tips.
Well, they were tips, honey. They were long. And that's where, that's why context is so necessary.
Yeah.
So from him, and just me jumping off of that, from him, he's saying that this is what his support looked like. He's letting his child kind of live out loud. He not saying he even agree with it, but he's saying that this is just his child. That's it.
Right.
My take would be on it is it's a child that we're speaking about. So I'm only wondering... You can definitely let your child live out loud and be themselves, but for Ciara, who's speaking, just to clarify, it should not automatically relate to crop tops and fingernails.
I agree. And
that's just it. So again, he has cause he said the podcast called All the Smoke.
Yes.
Yes, I just looked at that, guys. So he said along in the interview that he's supporting his child. He said he's supporting his child and he's still learning, but he has to be vocal about it. Like he didn't even want to talk about it, but he has to be vocal about it because of who he is and the platform that he has.
Right.
Because he knows that him supporting his child, other people can see that and they can draw strength from it. They can draw courage from it. But also now you have a platform to let your young child, if she wants to dress that way. I'm just thinking, what about your daughter? Would you let I think the child is 12 years old.
The
Zion. I believe he's 12 years old.
He might be. I thought he was 10, to be honest.
I mean, we will clarify that before the end of the conversation, but he's pretty young. So to have on a crop top, to have on tip fingernails, I know I couldn't do any of that.
Me?
No, I couldn't. The fingernails, I literally don't think I got tips on my nails until prom.
Right.
We got our nails done and painted, but I didn't get tips until prom. Definitely wasn't wearing crop tops until I was 18 years old. It could have been a shorter shirt, but it wasn't an outfit that we put together, and now I'm just wearing that out with my family.
Right.
So that's where I'm just having thoughts about, because I'm what your platform is now. Why are you choosing to show this? How is that necessarily living out loud for your child and supporting your child to allow them just to make these decisions about themselves?
Right. No, I totally agree. In regards to the whole situation in its entirety, starting with the whole crop top thing, I totally agree. I just think it's not appropriate for that age bracket, because I looked at some articles. He was 11, he could have turned 12, so he's 11 or 12 years old, which again, male or female, is too young to be wearing a crop top. And then my whole thing, if I was in his situation, and I can, just speaking for myself, with my experiences, when I was younger, I don't know why I had such deep hatred for gay people. I have no idea.
Okay.
Seriously. And it was so prevalent in my life for no reason almost. And it really doesn't make any sense. And so I have a best friend, and I knew he was gay, just knowing, having that feeling, but he always said he wasn't. So I go off what people say. You say you're not. What can I say?
Yes. And it's back to you now.
Yeah, it's back to me now. I mean, even though all I'm sorry, Trey, if I'm using the wrong word. Tendencies, this is the word I'm going to use, because it's just characteristics, whatever you want to call it. definitely said gay.
Yes.
So I was like, for the stuff that I was saying to him, it was about him, but it wasn't directly about him. It was evil. It was mean. I was very mean. And it's sad because the day he told me that he was gay, I instantly cried. And this is back when I didn't cry at all.
I remember that.
I didn't cry at all because I was just so lacking emotionally, but it's because I knew what I was doing, what I did to him, and he could have told me a long time ago, but he didn't feel comfortable enough because he thought we wouldn't be friends anymore, and that's hurtful. Like, so that situation right there, in me loving him, I can't see me not supporting my child. Like I said, not to the extent of wearing a crop top. You're not doing that because I wouldn't allow male or female to do it, but I'm there with him. I don't understand all of it, and I don't think I could because I'm not going to walk in those shoes. That's just not me, who I am. But I would want to understand and support my child. So when it comes to that part of it, I'm right there with Dwayne Wade, and I'm happy that he's expressing this publicly because, especially when it comes to men, because a lot of men follow him, being that he was a basketball player. Because I'm pretty sure when it comes down to it, a lot of men are really hard on especially when it comes to gay men. It's interesting how that works too. Which is a totally different subject. How the dynamic is between gay women versus gay men, but. And what I would be thinking is too, the child has to understand, and that's the balance. And I'm glad I'm not a parent right now. And thinking about it, it's all hard. You never know what you do is good or bad. But it's just at the end of the day, explaining like the whole crop top thing is. For the girls and the guys, it's just like, number one, y'all too young. Are you ready for the attention that you're going to get from this, the comments? And that's what he even said to his son. Like, be prepared for the hate, the negative comments. Like, you're not even ready for that. So you're not going to wear this crop top.
And that's why this subject is so iffy because just saying be prepared for the comments to come. Just think about this child already having to deal with school. Think about how many kids have literally took their own lives this year because of one school. We were adding the attention of the world.
The whole world. And
I'm sure he sees it. And I wouldn't want my child to go through that. So I feel like that's why a lot of parents do automatically respond to, to continue to hide it. Like, that's why it's the whole idea of the closet. You don't come out because it's like protecting you from the outside world and their opinions and their hate.
Right.
So for my child, I definitely wouldn't want that.
Right.
So that's why if they went to Pride and supported him, beautiful. Like, that's fine. Support your child. I did wonder why they felt like they needed to support him at Pride, but I feel like, again, they were just recognizing that they have a platform.
Right.
So they were doing it on a larger scale. Because I'm sure they had been, previously supporting their child. Right. I didn't understand the Pride thing because, again, I feel like that's for adults. I don't understand why they're throwing this child into the LGBTQ community. Because as a child, that construct seems only about sexuality to me. So it's just shouldn't be connected at this age. If he's still trying to learn who he is, you can do that. Privately or publicly without labeling him with something else. That's my idea of it with children. That's why we see children today becoming transgenders. He's using different pronouns now. I feel like you as a parent, you can learn everything you need to without adding another burden onto your child, because I feel like that's what he's doing. Him walking around in crop tops and fingernails, it's going to draw attention.
Yeah.
And I feel like we do so much, we do so much for little girls to protect them from that.
Correct.
You aren't protecting him from that at all. You're telling him, be prepared for, almost like, again, with the man thing, be prepared, be ready.
Right.
Because it's about to get out there, it's about to start having reactions. It's like, that doesn't seem like it's the right thing for them to do. Right. Hopefully, they'll see it. Maybe it will be the best thing, but I just don't see the protection of the little boy.
Right.
Him going to Pride, seeing men walking around with thongs on and stuff, I don't see that being protection for your 12-year-old child. Like, him feeling free for a day, I can understand that. Organize your own rally for children who feel that way at a school. They aren't adults, and that's just what it brings down to. They shouldn't be having ideas on making lifelong decisions as an 11-year-old.
Right.
why are you thinking about your relationship with another person when you're trying to literally, you're telling us you're trying to figure out who you are, and now you want to say that you're gay. Like, and like, I don't know what the hell I was. Right. I knew I liked some boys on a magazine. Right. Like,
that was it.
That was it. And I think that's why you don't have some of these conversations with children until they get of age. A certain age. So they can understand, because it is like, we shouldn't thrust so much on them already when they're trying to literally figure out the world. Now you're going to tell them to figure out themselves right now? Right. So many adults don't know who they are right now. Think about how many. We went to Western, all-girls school. Yep. We know how much back and forth people go through in their life. Yes, they do. And that's sexuality, and that's them literally not knowing fully what it is. We know it's a spectrum now. Like, I feel like we're just in an age where we're starting to learn so much more about ourselves, about people. It's so much more information out, but just because it's more information out, it doesn't always, it's not always the best thing, because now it's just more labels. Yep. It's just more labels, more. And it's like, when is enough going to be enough, and why we keep missing the root of everything? And,
I'm sorry, and I want to just add in something, because what you said to me was really important. It's more labels, but these are the same people who say I can't be labeled.
I don't want to be labeled.
But you're creating.
Don't call me she. Call me you put in another label because you're so upset at this. At the stereotype of this one label, and I can get it. We're a woman. Right. We're Black women. Right. These labels hurt us every fucking day, Right. But I'm not gonna create a whole nother label for myself. Call me Black girl. I'm not gonna create a whole nother label. It is but only acknowledge me as that. Like, I don't think that's the solution. Right. That's where it's like, we want to educate ourselves. Let's keep going. We may not find it right now, but the answer right now isn't to add more letters to LGBTQ. Right. They done had it every letter in the alphabet. Yeah. They even put plus. Now it's just plus. Yeah, because they know it's so many fucking letters in it. We can't remember who's included, guys. Like, we're trying here. Like, I swear we're trying. And it kills me when now I'm offending someone when how the hell would I know what your pronoun is? Unless you wear a fucking button. Why do you want to wear a button? Right. To tell me what your pronoun is not even my business. Right? Why am I so wrapped in your life? Right. But you don't even want me to be there. Right. And now I can't even have an opinion, but you push me in I'm sorry, it's crazy to me because it's so confusing. Going on. All we want to do is be nice human beings and support people. That's it. We don't know everything. You can teach us so much, but at this stage, it's like dangerous right now.
You know what it is, and this is what we kind of talked about offline. They don't have structure to their lives, and I mean,
I think it's because they don't fit into that mold that society has created.
Exactly what I'm saying. Okay. So because there's no mold, they're developing the mold, which causes so much confusion because it's not complete, and it's just like y'all have to understand where we're coming from. We're coming into, like you said, a certain mold created by society. And I understand you're stepping out of it, like you said, you create your own thing, but can you not understand why there would be so much confusion? And I'm not sure why y'all have so much backlash on certain things. And I think we're referring to one thing in particular because, and and guys, we're going to clarify a little bit more because how can I say this? I'm not focusing really on one group right now because we were having a conversation about Dwayne Wade's son, and he's gay with the pronoun of she. And now
we're hard for us to even explain that. And now
we're talking about, I don't want to say the negative sides of it, but just an alternate opinion.
Yeah, opinion, because right now we're in a space where everyone wants to be politically correct. Everyone wants to be supportive, and we definitely are as well. Yeah. But it is so hard. We are the white men of right now. That's it. Like, because right now we are conforming to a norm. We're saying we're Black women. We aren't calling ourselves cis women, and I will never call myself that. I mean, maybe when I know what it is, but when I grow up, I might a little bit. We'll see. But it's just saying that you were like this is how you were originally born. You're a cis woman instead of a transgender woman who became who became a woman.
Let me say this. I'm sorry.
She's scaring me.
I'm sorry because it's too much.
It's so much.
Okay? Because
that's where we're at
right now. This is
when
we get to a point where It's too much.
You guys are not ruined. We can grow without breaking down everything.
That's all I'm trying to say.
That's the best way to say it.
Why is it?
And I think
it's something that's so simple, not simple anymore.
But I think I wonder if white people are thinking this about black people too. Like, instead of us trying to break down everything, like, why we can't just grow together, guys? Like, I'm sure they probably think that too. And I know it's hard because, again, we're still trying to figure out our place here. We're trying to explain that we just motherfucking people. We just got brown skin. That's all we trying to say.
Which is totally, sorry.
It's different, y'all.
Don't
compare those two.
From anatomy.
It's different.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a vagina,
don't add us. Don't come at us.
I have a vagina.
And I don't think that will ever change for me.
And
those are different struggles. I understand they're both struggles. They aren't the same though. Because that's why, okay, see, we just jumping, but it's just a lot because I'm trying to figure out how as a society we are here, right? Okay. We still have not accepted people from the color of our skin.
Right.
But we're deciding that it is legal for people to change their motherfucking genetics, anatomy, everything. You can change everything about yourself, but you still hate black people.
Right.
That's where we're at as a country. Because I don't even want to go past it. Let's just talk about America. Right. That's where we're at in America right now. That no matter what we do, black people for some reason are still in this place that we cannot get out of, cannot break free. But you have the right to say whoever you want to be. But legally, you should just be wondering why your government is really allowing you to change your entire sex, change your entire anatomy. Like, why do they want us so distracted with that? Like, it's weird. it is weird, and that's why I don't understand. I support people, I do, but I just wonder, like, why are we so focused on allowing people to tell us that they want to be a male or female instead of how we're naturally fucking created? Right. Because that's the simplest thing. Because that goes into, we're doing research on a topic, trying to make sure we can stay as politically correct, get some information on why people make these decisions, especially as parents. Because that's where we're at as parents. Because we came across an article on Yahoo.
Yes. And in that article, I'm going to try my best to break it down. It's only because it's new to me.
It's new to everyone.
So in the article, there's a family who they focus on the 11th month old.
Yes.
And they're not raising their child to be basically a boy or a girl.
Bullshit.
They are letting the child pick what they want to be. They said they know the 11-month-old. They said they know genetically what the child
is. In the delivery room.
Right.
The rest of us will never know.
Right.
Okay.
But they want the child basically to choose
organically.
Be male or female. I've read the article. Ciara watched the video interview between the mom. I don't know what's going on with them.
The mom is definitely gender neutral as well. It's the best way for me to see it.
Okay.
Definitely gender neutral, so I can understand why they maybe have an issue with society's labels. I get it. You can raise your child, but we have to remember that you need to raise your child.
Right.
You deciding that society's norms is too much pressure on your child who was born genetically, let's say a female, you are creating so much more.
Yes.
Putting so much more pressure on this child than society is by telling your child to wear pink or blue. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Because my thing as a parent is simply stated, if I want my child to choose, I'm going to let my child, we can choose, right? But I'm not going to tell you that your anatomy is not that's what makes you up. That's literally what makes you. So she brought up in the video because it's Piers Morgan. He was the host of the show. And he was just completely flabbergasted. Like, you're telling me that you're letting an 11-month-old make a decision right now at 11 that they can't even cognitively make that will influence their life forever. So the parent's response was that, well, since we know that the child can't cognitively make a distinction, why would we put this pressure on the child to say whether they are male or female? So I can actually understand, I can understand her saying that because it will support her idea, but she's not thinking
long term.
You aren't thinking long term. Like, you are so upset by society's norms that instead of letting your child, it's simple for you. Think about it. Think about a baby shower.
Yeah.
Someone don't know what sex their child's having. What do you do?
They just get neutral colors.
You get fucking neutral colors. That's it. You don't tell your child, I don't know if you're If you're a woman, you don't do that to a child. Make your house mono-fucking-chromatic and get neutral colors to where the child isn't influenced, right? You can naturally decide if you want to play with a truck or a doll. Play with fucking both of them. Like, it doesn't have to be, I'm going to see if they are more masculine or feminine, but we know the sex organs of the baby, the genitalia, has always been, a female. Like, why do what's going to happen when, let's say we're calling the baby a girl. What's going to happen when she has a period? Oh, you're a man that just has a period. Why are we explaining that to a child? It makes no sense. Like, teach your child however you would like to, but it just doesn't make any sense to place your child, to put 10 more burdens on your child for no reason when you are an educated parent, because you have enough information. You have enough to where you're allowing this to happen. Be a parent to your child and make sure that they understand that you may be more feminine than masculine. That's fine. So am I. Like, that doesn't mean that I'm a different gender from what God has made of me. And I don't even mean to bring God into it, because I feel like that's the way that people just to turn off and turn on. But it just makes no sense where parents just don't want to be parents anymore. Like, children literally kill themselves for the most simplest reasons these days. So for you to be there, involved, because you're very involved to be doing this much. To be so involved to where instead of letting your child grow up thinking that they're a girl and having like pink is worse than them literally not knowing who they are. Who would make that decision for their child? Like, I would never make that bad decision for my child. It makes no sense. And she didn't explain it enough to me. That's all I'm saying. She definitely ain't convinced me.
And then, like you said, like, I can understand what it is that she is saying. She doesn't want to put pressure on her child, but not knowing that's exactly what she, to me, is doing.
What you're doing.
Like I said, I need to know the playbook, how is this going to look, how is this going to go, what's
your next steps now?
What are the next steps? Are you prepared for? Because if this is a female, genetically, are you prepared to have that conversation about the period? Like, you're right. Like, you can't just. You have to take more responsibility as an individual, as a parent, when you make decisions like this, because it's not, honestly, it's kind of selfish.
That's exactly where mom's going. So instead of the world making the decision, it's you, the parent, making the decision. Because I don't see anything else. You're the only educated person at this point. It's an 11-month-old. The child doesn't know anything. They're learning, from you. So it's just you want to be so involved. So when my child decides what they are, like, I'm going to telling them, why? Why are you not educating your child now on these things? Like, what if it is a little boy and now he got some testosterone? Like, I don't, like, how is he going to navigate the world not knowing? I don't get it. And then the other thing is, parents need to really understand that your child don't live in your fucking four walls forever.
I'm happy, because I was like, maybe up until 4 years, if you want them to go to school, now they have to go to school with other kids who's going to say
why is
boy, girl. Unless
it's
a school only for these kids that grow up like that, which doesn't exist. So you're doing it, to me, a disservice.
It's a big disservice
for your child, and I don't.
And now it's a disservice for that teacher. And I'm not saying like it's a burden for the teacher, but it is. That's what I am saying, because because I just need to make sure that, because I'm trying to just think of somebody who's like out of touch, because I feel like that's what a child would be. Because now they're going into a new environment that they will completely not understand. And that's every child that goes to school, but no, they know how to blend in somewhere. And your child don't even know if they're a girl or boy. Don't even, like, I don't see.
I don't see how it's me. I don't see it either, especially like you said, when you can't control every area of the child's life.
So now we homeschooling the child, okay. So now you raised a 13-year-old child that lacks like connection with other, like, I don't know. I'm confused. Like, if you're raising, like, now it's got to be like a cult. It got to be like some sort of, to where they're stuck in this type of environment forever. Because honestly, I don't want my world to be neutral by people. We aren't even neutral by fucking skin tones. Now you want us to be male and women neutral. It's wrong, and it's just, we're focusing on the wrong shit, and that's what pisses me off. Like, if we even just want to boil it down to, who even need to boil it down to be just gay or straight, right?
Right.
If we boil it down to that. Someone who's gay already has to live in a straight world. That's already enough.
Right.
Aren't they? Isn't that what they've been trying to get us to see? Like that they already are having a deal with living in this world. So now let's add gender. That's adding 10 more layers.
Yeah, I think so.
That's so many more layers onto it. And just because you don't like norms, like I feel like did patriarchy do this to us? Like, is this the result of women just being so upset with our place? And I'm confused. I really don't know where it came from, to where something as basic as anatomy that we literally have no control over.
Right.
Where did it come from? To where now we can change it. And my only idea is just that America is so odd.
Yeah.
It's so odd. They don't want to accept black people for nothing. They don't want to give us, I'm sorry to bring it back to black people, but they don't want to give us credit for shit. I feel like this is an easy path to say now we being transracial. Yeah. Like, it's an easy, because coloring is, you know.
They going real far, Ciara.
They going very far. It's so far.
Just to say transracial.
It's, because then, okay, so now you raise this gender neutral. What if they don't want to be white? Is that going to be something I'm serious? I need to know, because they're going to wonder, so my body is not enough to describe like who I am. What about my skin?
Right.
Like, what are we teaching them about that? Why is it always sex? We are so obsessed with fucking sex. It's weird. I don't get it. Like, I want you to explain, like, tell your child why they're white. Like, what's, are you giving them any culture behind it? Tell them why they're black. Are you giving them any story about slavery? Like, are you giving them, what are you not telling these children at this point if you don't even want to tell them the basic things of their genetic makeup? I don't know what the point would be. What is the point to break down those barriers? Because
I don't know. It's too much for me. I'm sitting here getting mad because it's overwhelming. Because I'm thinking like, okay, when kids, because who knows what this world's going to look like even 10 years from now.
I would say 5 years.
5 years? Well, 5 years.
They're letting children have surgery. Children can take they literally are having the surgery when you're a teenager. That's a child. That's not even an adult. Like, if it was an adult, be free and live your life however you would like. People get surgery all the time. You're letting children take pills to change, to have the genital surgery.
I'm pretty sure
5 years from now, it's going to be, I don't know what it would be.
Well, my question is, like, when it comes to, like, health class, you know, are we changing health books? How are you explaining this to children?
I think they're going to go back to maybe like X and Y, but they're still fucking male and female. Like, I think, again, we just allow social to influence us so much. And it's just too much. Because I remember being at Western and one of our teachers just telling us how, well, you know, social changed so much. Because it used to be that little boys wore dresses. Like, all the older pictures of the presidents and everything, little boys dressed up like little girls of today. But their standard was that, you know, so what's going to happen in 20 years when the standard change again?
Exactly.
Like, that's why I wouldn't be basing, like, my child's whole life based off of a fucking trend right now. You choose if you want to put your son in a dress. That's fine. Right. But are you relating it to his sexuality? Are you relating it to his anatomy? Like, what are we relating it to? Because you're giving that so much power over that whole
Pants are pants. Men and women can wear pants.
Wear pants.
So it's just like...
But our society says it's weird for a boy to wear dresses. And it's like, I do think that that's too dramatic. It don't got to be that serious. But you be the one who say, you know, I can wear... You know, take on that. Be the martyr against dresses. Yeah. Like, cool. Don't make your child a martyr for something that you have a problem with. Like...
I don't know. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie to y'all right now. I'm not gonna lie. I just pray I don't have to, you know, in that instance, go through that experience, because I can tell you that now, directly to. I don't know how I would be. That is one situation where I cannot say for sure if. I can support, like, if it was, first of all, I know I'm not doing what this lady is doing. If I have a child and...
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
And they're expressing to me, like, you know, I don't know, they're young, 5 years old. I have a boy. Girls are easier, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah, because they might still just like the girl stuff, but then
again, you know, let me bring myself into it. Now I can get into personal experiences, because I used to hate dresses. Now, back in the day, I mean, so does that mean I was supposed to be a lesbian? Like, that makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
And I had a reason. I didn't like dresses because I like playing outside. I couldn't do anything in the dresses. I hated wearing dresses because I felt restricted by dresses. That's literally it.
Women know that. Like, we hate wearing heels. Like, it's a thing. We can just stop wearing the heels, though. You don't got to turn into a man now.
Right.
You don't like heels.
I think people might go to the extreme.
That's where it's the extreme part. And because the same, I told you forever, I was a tomboy. I'm literally still a tomboy. But I'm still sexually attracted to men. I'm not going to let the world be like, oh, Ciara, you're too much of a tomboy. Okay, that's fine. I can't really care that much.
Right.
Like, it's not going to change me. But now we're into sexuality. And that's why I'm saying if we're bringing in sexuality, these are things that shouldn't really be discussed with a child at 11. Now, you can start in your home, start discussing those things, and that may be where you learn everything about your child. But at 11 months, no, that's not what you should be focused on.
Right.
If you love your child, introducing carrots to them. Like, I don't understand why.
You said carrots?
Carrots. Introducing damn vegetables to the damn child. Like, that's what you should be focused on, like, enjoying your child, not this world. Because this world is crazy as shit.
Right.
And for you to let it, like, affect your relationship with your child and your child's upbringing so much so, I wouldn't do it. I suggest against it.
And you know what? And as we're talking, I'm just not understanding why it can't be simple. Because this is how I'm feeling.
Okay.
You have a male.
Mm-hmm.
You have a female.
Yes.
Those are the only two options in life, right?
Why can't that just be that simple?
Why can't it be that you as an individual can like a male or a female?
Very simple.
I don't understand.
It's very simple.
And I think what I'm going to say it. I think what's changing things is the fact that transgenders are now in the forefront. This changed everything because now you took a man to turn into a woman, and a woman that turns into a man, and that now look wise, that's confusing.
Yeah.
Sex organ wise, it's obviously the same, but it's changed things because this wasn't really a discussion.
This is a conversation
ago, I feel like.
me and Patrice had a couple years ago. Actually, it was last year, and we were saying, well, what is the difference between a woman and a transgender woman? Like, what would it be other than that you were born with these parts originally, and the transgender woman was not? And I was like, well, we have to make, on some level, it needs to be more than just physical.
Right.
Like, and that's why I'm saying, unless we're doing all of this for the physical aspect, that would be crazy, right? It would be crazy if we're doing it just to have, to enjoy plastic surgery. Like, it would, but I don't know.
Because at the end of the day, that's why it's too many labels. It's too much going on, actually, because now you're confusing me. Because now we're dressed. Okay, no.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay,
let's just speak about Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay, Caitlyn Jenner
said as a child they thought that they should have been a girl. That's what she said. No, so I understand that. Caitlyn Jenner also decided to marry multiple women and have multiple children as a man. They decided once their children were old enough that now I can be who I want to be. I see a lot of situational things that could have, altered their self-image, but that's what I want us to focus on as a society. Like, we love to dance around shit, but for someone to look in the mirror and say that they think that they are not right, that they think that they should be completely different, that's a self-image thing. Like, if you feel wholeheartedly that you were made in the wrong form, you may be correct. We can never really know, right? We can't know. But if, based on all the knowledge that we know as human beings up to this point, we would classify that as maybe having a self-image issue. If a girl, Jasmine's very lean. If Jasmine constantly obsessed, because that's what I have to call it, obsessed over her weight, we would say you have maybe an eating disorder. That's what the classification would be. That's how we would try to treat it to get you to eventually love yourself the way that you are.
Right.
That's the way the world worked 10 years ago.
Right.
Today, that's not it. Today is saying, well, you know what? We have the technology the way you can be whatever you want to be.
Right.
And again, it's not a focus on like achieving for a job.
Right.
It's not a focus on it. Yeah, it's for self-image, and that's what the hardest part is, because Caitlyn Jenner even explained it. Even though they felt the little womanly their whole life, they're still attracted to women.
Right.
What she maybe naturally should be, because she was born as a man.
Right.
But looking at themselves in the mirror, they didn't like what they saw. So they became a woman just
for look purposes.
For physical.
Right.
For look. They became a woman because it looked better to their eyes. Right. And they still are attracted to who they would naturally be attracted to. And we just say male and female basics because they can procreate. That's as simple as I can get. So it's just like, if we're doing all of this for the physical because technology allows us to, because everyone can get boobs and butts now because women are doing it too. Right. We are becoming hyper versions of women now. Like, everyone is accessible.
I'm sorry, and you know, if we have any listeners who are, I think we're talking about specifically the transgender community. Mm-hmm. If there's any insight you could provide to us, obviously you could. Please let us know, because I don't want you guys to think that we're closed-minded. Like we said before, we're a podcast that's about expressing our true opinions. This is how we truly feel. We can't sugarcoat
I'm truly confused because all we want to do is live and be married and be happy.
Correct.
And support people. I don't want people to be getting killed because they've been transgender. That doesn't make sense to me either. I don't support that. Right. But I would like to know is if, as a society, if we're focused, if we're keep missing the mark. Like, again, keep bringing up, dramatic scenarios. Children keep killing themselves. We're missing the mark. It may not be just, what we think. It may not just be bullying from kids. It could be what is the stem of, what's the source?
It definitely goes back to society, because my question is, let's say a man, a trans woman. Mm-hmm. So why do you pick that woman? Mm-hmm. There's other women who don't look like that, with the breasts and the butt. Why do you have to get why do you have to get double D's? Why do you need a big old butt?
And that's why
that's not a real woman.
And that's why unfortunately it's hard for someone who does not understand, who does not have knowledge, who's not open to understand what you're telling me by this isn't your choice, you were born as that's why it's hard to understand. That's why I feel like, and that's why I will feel like someone who's very religious based would not understand it, because you decided to cosmetically change yourself into an idea of a woman that women don't even achieve. Right. We aren't even at those levels.
No, we're not.
We have to accept ourselves naturally. Right. So you are striving for an image, mm-hmm. and it doesn't, to me, mm-hmm. it doesn't seem genuine. Maybe that's the best thing I can say. Like, you want an image. Like, Ciara, I want to be skinnier too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I said, I want to get healthier. That is me saying it. It's not God's. It's not mm-hmm. me saying I was born in the wrong body. Mm-hmm. Like, think about someone who's disabled, like permanently disabled, who can never change that. I'm sure they do wish that they weren't, permanently disabled. It doesn't mean that they were, necessarily, I was born, let me go. People want to change things that they really don't like about themselves. Maybe it is a handicap. Like, I can understand wanting to change that, but that's what it has to. That's what I need the conversation to be on. Mm-hmm. Like, we are trying to change the physical aspect of ourselves. It's not that I was born in a wrong body. I was born to be a woman. I always knew. I cannot tell you that. Right. I can tell you I was raised with a mother that I wanted to be like. Right. Like, that's my story. Like, I can tell you I was raised with a brother that I wanted to be like. My mm-hmm. sister I wanted to be like. That's how Ciara was created. Right. But it's not, you can't. Right. Well, you can tell me, and I'm gonna listen to you. I'm not. You can tell me, and I will listen. Yeah. But for me, at least as a person, to rationalize it, I'm gonna try to figure out rationalizing your story, because maybe it is something that happened to you that triggered this that you can focus on that could change some things for you. It may not change, it may not change anything, but maybe if you would like to figure out where it was, like PTSD is real as shit. That's all. That's it. And it doesn't even have to be something that we even necessarily automatically picked up on. Like, we don't know what all of our traumas are. Mm-hmm. We don't know, but we do see a lot of, we see women who marry men, who have children, who fall in love with women all the time. Mm-hmm. That is not telling me anything about how that woman was born, that she was born wrong. That was her life experiences. Yes. And she ended up loving a woman. That's I don't see anything else to dig deep into. Like, that's it. She made a choice that's who was like, that person chose to love her how she wanted to be loved, and that was it. Right. That's the story for me. So his child been a little feminine. I don't know. I don't want to write the little boy's story for him, but maybe they can think about, like, what it could have been. Maybe it was having an alpha father. Maybe it was being with his mother a lot. Like, we don't necessarily know, but I don't know how we can say that you weren't born how you were born, because that's how you were born.
Right.
I can't go be a fucking fish. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to lighten the mood. I can't, but it's just, we can't do those things. So if we can't embrace ourselves, you can't even love anybody else. You can't embrace anybody else. So until we start focusing on that little boy gonna have a hard ass life. Just thinking that he just want to wear fingernails and a crop top is not making him a woman.
Right.
It may be making him happy as an 11-year-old,
right.
but as a grown ass woman who's a transgender, that's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they need to be prepared for. Not some dumb people on the internet talking trash. Like, no, they got to be able to walk through this world. You're going to have money. Like, think about Magic Johnson child.
I was
like,
just thinking about EJ.
He then grew into a little fiend. He then transformed into the person that he wanted to be. I don't know what that means, though. Like, I don't know. I don't even know if he knows. But he's saying, like, okay, at this stage is where I'm happiest. Oh, that's fine for you. Like, that's fine. You can try to, like, I don't want to say anything is wrong about it, but I know he said he always had an issue with his weight. Like, so he lost the weight. But soon as he lost the weight, he became a woman. Like, just saying the facts. Like, he always loved fashion, and you can. Men would enjoy fashion all the time. But as soon as he got to some goal, it was like, now I can be a woman. I can, okay. Did you always want to be a woman? Or are you just a man who liked men? Like, why is that not simple enough?
Right.
That's not even enough anymore. It's like,
that's exactly my point.
I can just be whoever I want. So again, I'm gonna just become white, and I'm not gonna do anything to my skin. Right. I'm just saying I'm a fucking white woman, and that's it. And let's see how the world supports me. They wouldn't. They don't. It's Rachel Dolezal. They hate her for wanting to be black. Mm-hmm. They hate her. All she did was want to be black like her damn adoptive children. Like, that's all she loved black culture.
Which kind of makes sense.
It made so her husband is black. She liked her hairstyle. She supported black people. She worked for NAACP. Right. All she wanted to do was embrace the color. That's what everybody on Instagram doing right now.
Right. Without changing the color.
Without changing, without actually, being
black.
Being black. She just texturized her hair. Right. I could care less about her. Like, go ahead, girl. Why she crazy though? But y'all not. But she's crazy. Like, her parents are like, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, she's crazy. Right. She's white. Let me show you her pictures. Right. Y'all would never. That would be bullying to a transgender person. Correct. That would be send him to jail. It would be the worst thing in the world to do that to someone who wanted to change sexes, but she can't change the color. It's weird.
You know what?
We in a weird space.
So after just really kind of hearing us kind of talk about this, it sounds like what it is. There's a bigger agenda. Number one, like you said, whoever's in charge, and I don't mean God, I mean on this world.
This world. We know y'all listening right now too.
That they want us to get used to the idea of transracial. So that way black people never have to be accepted. Because there's still, I think, for black people, we're destined to be great. And they know that still and are still holding us back. So now, it's transracial. So they never have to truly accept us. And then my second idea is that obviously this is some I don't want to say ploy, but basically this is a way for the big like doctors and these.
It's a whole new business.
It's pharmaceutical companies all to get money. It used to
be war. Now it's plastic surgery.
Cosmetics.
It's cosmetics. It's your health care. And that's why they said the world was changing with Barack Obama. He pushed the agenda. He pushed the agenda. Yeah. And it was beautiful and helpful in a lot of ways. But you can look at, I can only speak for the black community because that's what I am. You can look at the amount of black men who have decided that they are transgender. It will affect our community. We can't procreate without men. We can't do it. And vice versa. We gotta just wonder why some stuff is the main, why some stuff is making it to our airways, is on our phones, it's consuming us, and we just can easily get wrapped up in it because, again, like, everybody wants to be what they want to be. Right. Like, if I could go be an astronaut tomorrow, I'm gonna fucking do it too. Like, if you always thought that you wanted to be a woman, why can't you? Because it's possibilities are unlimited now. So someone who was who had to just settle for being just gay. You know, they couldn't be a woman. They aren't a woman, so they just was like, well, I can still, you know, love who I love. I can still, you know, what was it, cross dress or yeah, they could still do that. But now it's like, no, be full, you know, go to the next step.
Yeah, get the breasts, get the butt.
We don't even know what health wise this is doing to us.
Not yet.
It's a lot. And again, we aren't trying to offend people. We just want to. I just got some questions because it's coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's just weird that a whole, not weird, but maybe this is how people just felt for a long time, and now they just can really do it. That's how I feel when I'm, you know, I'm gonna defend it. So I'm like, yeah, that's how do you want to do it? But I'm just a little lost. All I want to do is, I don't know. We got so much stuff to focus on right now. Like, that's all I just be wondering. Like, we are still struggling, y'all. Yeah. It's so much stuff to be focusing on, and they just got us just lost. Obama definitely made some crazy changes.
He did.
When he was the president. And I was talking to my boss about that. He was like, yeah, he pushed some agendas, and now we are. So that's why, unfortunately, the right is so right, because they just like, I don't know, because I think I think it comes from them too. Like, I'm just lost. I'm just confused. It's everyone. It really does. Because, but I know just with all the major things right now, this transgender, you know, this issue with the LGBTQ community, even, you know, Planned Parenthood, it's some stuff that's going on that we got to just wonder why it's hitting. Yeah, just keep an eye out. Why is it hitting us so hard? Yeah. And, you know, if you ever felt like you wanted to change who you are, the first step would be just to make sure that you do, like, completely 100% like accept yourself right now, love yourself right now, and then see tomorrow if you want to change something. Like, that's with anything. Like, you don't feel good about yourself, let's like do some work. Hair. I'm still every day. Me and Patrice had a whole conversation on Saturday. We decided we might get perms, and she was like, "I'm so happy to hear you say." I'm like, because I really do think this is a great way to try to end it a little light. I told her, I said, I think that the natural hair. Well, I know, not I think the natural hair movement was literally like cause and reaction to the world saying, oh, black women, you know, we wear the tracks, we don't love ourselves. Yeah. So we're like, no, we're going to show you that we love ourselves. We're going to embrace our natural hair. Right. We're going to show you that we have good hair, and we've done that. Right. Like, but for me, my natural hair is not fucking functional. Like, it's not. So why am I going to keep torturing myself just to prove you wrong? Right. You just ignorant. That's it. Like, if I just say, y'all just ignorant, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do with my hair. Right. And that's that. And that's how I want a lot of people to start getting. Like, I'm not going...
I've been told you this. I've been back and forth with it. But I told you, it's just like, at the end of the day, the goal for me, well, never mind. That changes the subject. But I feel you. I'm still on the fence. And, you know, I might just do it for a little bit while I don't have kids. But I told you my main goal is for my child. Because it's hair. And that's the thing, like, our hair has always been able to do so many things. Yes. And right now, I can't do as many things as I want to. It's still versatile. It is. But it's just harder to do a lot of different looks. And that's why, I don't know, maybe I might be changing it soon. Like, maybe I might shave it all off. I don't know. Yeah, that's something maybe I'm too. But that's why I'm going to get my perm first, and then I might cut it all off. Really? So, I'm really thinking. So, we'll see. But I just know we got to be careful when we start making decisions just in response. To temporary.
Yeah.
What they say, feelings.
Yeah. Just think about it. Like, they always say, just wait until the morning. Like, don't make a rash decision now. Just wait until the morning. Think about it. Spend some time on it. I am happy we had this conversation. I'm sure we offended so many fucking people. Hopefully this will start a new conversation. Yeah. Because none of us really know what to do right now.
Right, and I had to say this too, like, and then I know you can be offended. That is fine. Our intent is not to offend; is to have real conversations about how we really feel. Because there's going to be a lot of people out there who are scared to talk about it. Yeah. And how are we going to move forward? Because to let you know behind your back, this is what's being said. This is exactly what people are saying.
It is, because everyone's trying to figure it out. Just like maybe you who are living through it is really trying to figure it out as well. But we all trying to be able to coexist. That's all I know I want, is to be able to coexist, because I don't feel like these differences should really affect our whole world,
Right.
like on either side of the fence.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good discussion.
I think so too.
I feel bad that we're ending the year like this.
No, this is a good way to end the year because, like we said, 2020 is about authenticity.
True.
Real conversations,
Very true.
growth. So
Growth.
this is contributing to that.
Yeah.
So
that
this is
means we
great.
need to make sure we double back to this conversation.
Okay.
Just to see.
And and if anyone's listening that feels like they could contribute to the conversation when we double back, you can go ahead and email us. Our email is weshouldhaverecordedthat@gmail.com. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Or leave a comment.
Or leave a comment, yeah. However, get in touch with us. But yeah, so we hope you guys have a great holiday. Be safe.
In the new year, in the new year and prepare for the new year. In this year and prepare for your new year.
Yes. Awesome.
And we'll see you guys next year. It's in a couple days.